it's Angela from the blog angelamariemade.com, and today I'm going to show you how to trim a window with a beautiful classic style window trim. This DIY window trim is one of the easiest, fastest, and most affordable ways to add instant character to a room. When we first moved into our current home, all of the windows looked really plain because they didn't have any trim around them except under the bottom ledge, and it just didn't look very good. So I decided I wanted to add a custom window trim to all of them, and I wanted to do a really classic style trim. So we started with our living room windows, which I'm in right now. We had 2 windows. They look so much better now that they have a custom beautiful trim around them. For this project I used knotty pine wood from the home improvement store, as well as a piece of stop window molding for under the window ledge. You can also use MDF boards for the trim part to save even more money, but I would still recommend using a 1x6 wood board for the window ledge or the windowsill if you're going to have to replace that like I did in this tutorial. Also, for a full material list as well as a step-by-step tutorial for this project, check out the link below. Alright, let's get started with this DIY window trim. Step 1 is to remove the old windowsill and trim. Since my original windowsill was really short on the edges and not wide enough for the side window trim, I had to remove it. To remove the old windowsill and trim, we first scored the caulk lines with a utility knife type tool. Then we pried it up and off with a pry bar and hammer. Step 2 is to create the new windowsill. Measure the width of your window opening and add 10.5 inches, as we need 5¼ inches overhang on each side. Using a miter saw, cut your 1x6 board to size for your new windowsill. Next, to create the L-shaped cutout for your windowsill, mark 5¼ inches in from each side of the board. Then measure the depth of the old windowsill cut using that old board as a guide, and mark that measurement perpendicular to the first mark on your 1x6 board to create the marks for an L-shaped cutout. Use a Dremel tool or jigsaw and cut out the L shape out of the wood to create the 2 windowsill edges. There was still some wood in the corner of our cutout, which we used a chisel and hammer to remove. Step 3 is to install the new windowsill. Put it in place and make sure it fits. It's okay if there's a little bit of a gap between the wood and the wall because the small gaps will be caulked. Secure the windowsill with 2-inch brad nails and a brad nailer. Step 4 is to add the 1x4 window trim to the window sides and top. To do this, measure the length of the window frame opening on both sides. Cut the 1x4s to size for these side pieces. Then install them on the left and right side of the window with brad nails. Now measure the distance from the end of the left 1x4 to the end of the right 1x4 and cut another 1x4 piece to the size to create the top window trim. Add the 1x2 trim to the window sides and top. You're going to repeat the same steps as you did with the 1x4, except you're going to make your measurements for around the 1x4 pieces. When installing the 1x2s against the 1x4s, make sure to turn the 1x2 pieces on their sides and secure them with brad nails through them into the 1x4s instead of the wall. Step 6 is to add the base window trim pieces. Measure the distance from the left 1x2 piece edge to the right 1x2 edge. Cut a 1x3 and a stop window molding piece to this size. Install the 1x3 first, centered under the windowsill, and then install the stop window molding piece on top of it. Now the window is fully trimmed out. For the last step of this project, Caulk all the gaps and seams around the window trim. Then fill the nail holes in and any wood knot holes with a lightweight spackle and allow it to dry. Then lightly sand those fillings so they are smooth. Next, prime the wood and make sure to add a second coat of primer over any wood knots on the wood boards. Finally, add 2 to 3 coats of paint and you're all finished. So what do you guys think of my DIY window trim and this tutorial? I just love how it added instant character and coziness to our living room. Let me know if you have any questions about this project in the comments below, and please subscribe to my channel for more fun DIY and home improvement tutorials.